This video is calling level work. No hype, no hustle, not chasing the next shiny thing. This is about alignment, obedience, and clarity that lasts. If you're honest, you're not short on ideas, right? You've got skills, experience, opportunities, options. What you're short on is clarity. You don't want to just be successful, you want to be aligned. You don't want to waste years just building the wrong thing, right? You want to look back and think, man, I was busy, but I missed my calling. Nope, you don't want that. So the real question isn't what could I do? It's what am I truly called to do? So today I want to show you how clarity actually forms, right? Not through pressure, not through comparisons or forcing certainty, but through alignment and honesty and obedience. Look, there was a season in my life where I felt torn in every direction, right? Good opportunities, meaningful work, impactful ideas, and yet I was there. None of them felt settled in my body, right? And I kept asking God, like, man, which one is it? What is the right move? I feel like I can do everything that's on here, right? What is the thing you want me to build, to do, to serve? Like, what do you want me to do? And the silence just felt more and more frustrating until one moment, like things shifted everything. I realized I wasn't asking God for permission to do what I already wanted. Instead, asking to form me into who I need to become. Like I wanted clarity so I could move confidently. God wanted surrender so he could shape me, shape me deeply. And once I stopped asking, what's the perfect calling, God? What's the perfect calling? And started asking, what's the faithful step in front of me? Clarity stopped feeling distant, right? It started forming as I moved. So I got three things for you, like always. One, calling is revealed through alignment, not ideas. Like most men chase calling the wrong way. Like they ask, what should I do? What will make me successful? What will make me the most money? What will finally just feel right? But look, calling doesn't start with doing, it starts with being aligned. Here's an alignment check, okay? What brings me alive and serves others? Where do my pain, passion, and experience intersect? What am I naturally drawn to that also carries responsibility? What problem do I feel burdened to help solve? Calling usually sits at the intersection of what you've lived, what you've learned, and who you are becoming, right? Because if something excites you but pulls you away from your value, that's not calling. That's temptation, right? If we're honest, that's temptation. If something scares you but deepens your integrity, strengthens your faith, increase responsibility, pay attention. Calling doesn't always feel comfortable, right? It feels true. Second one, clarity comes after commitment, not before. This is where most men get stuck, right? They are waiting to feel 100% certain before commitment, right? But clarity doesn't work that way. God rarely gives the full picture. Matter of fact, like how I read in the book, transformation happens in the decision, not the outcome, right? He gives the next obedient step. Like, think about it. If God showed up or shows you the entire path, you'd rely on the path, right? Not him. Clarity sharpens you through movement. So ask yourself this: what do I already know I should do, but keep delaying? What responsibility keeps coming back into my life? Where have people consistently asked me for help? Calling has a way of knocking repeatedly And if you keep waiting for the perfect certainty, you're always stuck in potential forever, right? Because faith is not about knowing the whole path, it's about trusting God with the path as you take the next step. As you take the next step. Okay, 3, your calling will cost you, right? And that's how you know it's real. Here's something no one likes to say: your true calling will cost you comfort. It will cost you approval, ease, predictability, distraction, sometimes income before impact shows up. But it will give you something far greater. It will give you peace, meaning, and alignment. If a path only flatters your ego, feeds your image, and avoids sacrifices, be careful. Because calling almost always include responsibility you can't walk away from, service that stretches you, obedience when it would be easier to quit. Ask yourself this: if no one applauded this, would I still do it? If this took years instead of months, would I still stay faithful? Calling isn't proven by speed, it's proven by endurance, right? Like God doesn't rush what he intends to last. He doesn't rush it. Does not. So if you want clarity on what you're truly called to do, remember this: calling is revealed through alignment, not ideas. Clarity sharpens through commitment, not waiting. And real calling costs you, but it gives you peace. You don't need to figure out your entire future. What you need to do, you need to be faithful to the next step. Calling isn't hidden, it's revealed as you walk with God, not ahead of him. Look, I had written this book, I think it was about maybe last year or so. It's called The Transformation Happens in the Decision, Not the Outcome, right? And inside this book, there are many stories that shows you how God worked through people's life, where it was never about the outcome. It was always about the decision, right? Abraham, the decision to say yes, and and he would take his son, to sacrifice his son for God, but it never happened, right? But he trusted, he said yes. Because the transformation in your life to be aligned is going to come through the decision, not the outcome, because you don't know the outcome. You just don't know it, right? You think you know, but you don't know. So look, if you want clarity, right? If you really want clarity, then you get to say yes and make the decision detached from the outcome. Okay? One of the biggest things that blocks clarity is the emotional weight, I think, right? Of this unresolved pressure. So in this next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how do I stop feeling like I'm stuck in the same emotional pattern. So click the link right here, the video right there, and I see you inside. Peace out.